those BTSs, those behind the scenes, into brand gold. Okay, so that's what today is about, and we're gonna talk about the new and the old because you have. Listen, I know you got them because I got them. There's tons of behind the scenes on your phone that you are not using that you can be utilizing, right? But also, we want to go into shoots thinking about how we can utilize these I mean, not even shoots, because it's not just when I make my stuff, I can do behind the scenes for that. As a designer, as a model, as a photographer, everybody, there's when you do anything that shows your work, there's always going to be some behind the scenes. So it's good to think about those so you know what to record. It's also good to sometimes observe others. So when you're scrolling, y'all scroll with purpose, okay? So when you're scrolling, you can scroll to see what kind of behind the scenes you would be interested in posting with your own stuff. Some people are comfortable with, hey love, some people are comfortable with posting um behind the scenes with the customers, right? Some people, they want that to be private, intimate. Even if the customer's on board, they want that. They don't want that out there like that, right? So just know what's best for you. So I want to dive into that because the reality is, utilizing these behind the scenes, utilizing these videos is what's going to help drive engagement and increase trust. And that's what we want, right? We want people to get to know us, even if you don't want your face to be the brand like mine is. If you don't want your face to be the brand, it still will build trust. And there's a lot of ways you can create behind the scenes where your face is not in it. Your hand don't even gotta be in it, baby. One of your little employees' hand could be in it or something. Okay. Your little play cousin's hand could be in it. Okay. So let's I have two sets of notes here and I don't know which one to start with first. So I'll start with this one that's right in front of me because I wrote these notes first. The other ones came second. So I'm gonna talk about how I utilize my videos and how that has worked for me and how I plan to continue to but build on. So I utilize my behind the scenes for close friends. So first, Snapchat gets everything. They get everything because that's where it started. That's where I started getting comfortable on camera. So Snapchat gets everything. And then later on, throughout that day during the event, my close friends on Instagram will get clips. They'll get the best clips, okay? And like I said, Snapchat gets the raw and everything, okay? So then those clips get in there, and then also then later on I will edit them to, like, if it's so say it's a photo shoot, I'll edit them. This is a recap of the photo shoot, you know. That's a fun way to share them. So that's a reel. That's a reel can be posted again, like I say all the time, on all those platforms: Snapchat, Facebook, Instagram, YouTube. And if you are on LinkedIn and your business makes sense on LinkedIn, your business makes sense on LinkedIn, rather no matter what your business. But if you put little, I feel like they like those videos that have a lot of words in them, or if you have a long caption, make it make sense for LinkedIn, okay? So that it can be looked at often. So then you can put it on there as well. That one just might add a little extra editing, okay? TikTok as well. I keep forgetting about TikTok because they inconsistent right now. I don't know if they staying or going, okay? So that is a good way to utilize it to connect with the people who are already following you. Okay, because the reality is we have to show them some love and some support, and we have to do it more than just liking their stuff. We need to engage with them, and we need to give them some special treatment because they've been here since day one. And if they ain't been here since day one, they still rocking with us enough for them to be on our close friends list, right? So that's one of the ways I utilize my BTS. BTS, yep. Okay. Reels, like I said, reels, but reels, not just a summary of the event, right? You can do, let me write something down because I forgot it. Okay. Um, you could also use it for other things. So recently, I had used this video from like heck of photo shoots ago, like last year, last summer, and I put a quote from one of my poems on there. I just put, and it wasn't even like I don't even know if I've shared that behind the scenes before, because if I did, it would have been just like a small clip. but I just took the smallest clip, maybe 3 to 5 seconds. I put my poem on over it, and I used that to share about my poem. And to me, it got it got more views than I thought it was gonna get. Okay, honey. Okay, so that's one way you can use it to inform, right? So you can put words all over it and form, or you can, so you can do that. That's another thing. Or you can just have slides, of it. Each time it move the photo or the video moves to something different, you got something different popping up on there to inform people of what you're doing, or to educate, or to inspire, or to encourage, whatever the case may be, whatever your brand is about, right? So that's another way you can utilize your behind the scenes. Now, there's this cute way that I haven't done yet because it doesn't fit with my Deshae Carter grid, but it will fit with my Queen Deshae Carter grid. My Queen Deshae Carter Instagram is my personal Instagram. Um, and it's more about like me, like my diet, my workout, all the stuff, my goofy stuff that I like Batman and Harry Potter and anime. So that's what's all on there. Okay. So that's the Queen Deshae Carter page. So on that one, it'll work. So basically what I've been seeing doing, I love it. Is Ashley Graham does it. Somebody else does it. Beyonce does it too. So basically, what they do is they post like pictures, like nice, really nice pictures. Even like they'll mix in some selfies in there, and then they'll mix in a little bit of behind the scenes. And it's cute because it's like you get a little taste of everything. You got the professional photos, you got the selfies, you got the little behind the scenes video. And I think it's such a cute thing because you kind of get a feel for their aesthetics, and you get a feel for their personality and who they are and all the things. And I love it. And so I want to start doing that. I just haven't got there yet, y'all. I'm gonna start doing it probably with my walks because that's the most pictures I have. I don't really do selfies anymore. I haven't done a selfie in a while. I don't really do selfies anymore, but I do take a lot of pictures of nature, and so I probably will do that because I have to have pictures. I have video of the clouds and the trees and the wind blowing and hummingbirds and stuff like that. So I'll probably do it with that. But what I was saying was you can utilize your behind the scenes for that because it's so cute. And I think like as a model, actually all of these. So I have a list of people that I was gonna speak directly to as far as later on down the line how to use your what people want to see for your behind the scenes. But as a model photographer, whether you work in food or drink, clothing, hair, like these are little clips, like you know what I mean, like even if you get user generated, like say you work for your restaurant, say you're a restaurant brand right now, you got some professional photos of your food, maybe you got a picture of the menu, and then you got a customer like showing the drink, a little boomerang or something, you know what I mean? That's still nice. Customers behind the scenes is nice too. It's also better, I'm not better, but it's good because it's not just you. It's like now you're getting to see, now your other customers or potential customers are getting to see things from the perspective of someone who's already locked in, right? So utilizing those behind the scenes also builds trust. So it's also good to have that aspect as well. So reels, that was reels and carousels. I already talked about informing with words, but then you could also inform with, right? So like you can, this is going into new behind the scenes, right? So you can film your cleaning process. Everyone has a cleaning process, right? Like photographer, well, if you have a studio, you have a cleaning process. If you don't, you still, I mean, unless you're shooting outside, I don't know about that. But for the most part, we all have cleaning process, right? So people want to see that. They want to know how clean you are. They want to know how you work with others. So having behind the scenes of you working with someone else, whether you're a model or a photographer, that's important too, right? And usually if you're a model or a photographer, usually most of the time the clients are okay with that, right? As the model, the photographer is usually okay with behind the scenes. As a photographer, the model is usually okay with behind the scenes. So it's good to see that interaction, especially because a lot of times photographers have so many photos of their clients and not a lot of them, and so you don't really know, you talk to them on the phone, you may do a FaceTime, but it's not the same as like vibing with a person in real life, but when you see them, how they vibe with other people, how they vibe on camera, and stuff like that, it's nice. It does build that trust, and then, like, seeing them excited, or seeing how they when they show the client how the photos look and how they get excited, it just pumps you up. You're like, you know what, yes, I want to book with him. Same thing as a model. If you can see the professionalism, you can see the posing, you can see how serious you are about your craft. All of that is important. So behind the scenes is more than just showing the aesthetics, right? It's deeper than that. So that was that. Packaging, if you are, like, I have my skincare stuff, people are going to want to see the packaging. They want to see, like, how I take my time. They want to see what I put in there, if I put stickers, if I put candy, if I add some little extra, some fun in there, you know what I mean? People want to see that. I don't know why it excites them. They like to be in on the secret, and I honestly, I like it too. I've seen people pack their, like, buy me a coffee things. So it's like, sometimes people give rewards to those who support them, right? And so they have these cute little packages that they put together, and there's so many of them. And that's what makes me excited too. When there's so many of them, I'm like, you got so many supporters, you got to pack all those things. Yes, honey. It's nice. And that's the other thing too, because it's also, people get to see how loved you are. And then it makes them curious about you. And then they're like, maybe I need to get to know her. You know, it makes people curious, and it makes people want to get to know you. If they like you, they like you. If they don't, they don't. That's okay. Everyone's not for you. You're not for everyone. But it does inform people. So then that way you get to find your audience, gets to find you, because you're putting the information out there. This is how I pack my things. This is what I give my clients. I handwrite my notes. I show love. You know what I mean? I show support. I engage with my when the model is here, I'm interactive with her. You know what I mean? We're having fun. I'm respectful. All the things. Same thing as a model. I'm here. I'm professional. I showed up. I got my stuff. All the things. Showing you packing your bag and how all the stuff you have in your bag. Whether you're a photographer or a model, that's cool. You know what I mean? If you are a business that goes to vendor events, showing what you pack in your bag and how your setup and how your takedown is and all the things. Like, people like to see that. They like to see the hard work that you put in, and because it also makes them want to show up for you more, because the way you show up, not just for yourself, but for the community that you are providing for the problem that you are solving, right? So behind the scenes, it's just endless, baby. There's just so much stuff you could do. Okay. So again, I wrote this note because sometimes people aren't they don't want to share what they share with customers. For example, me, I don't have for a while I was doing some consulting, right? There would be people who would come to me, and then we would talk about personal stuff, and we would talk about business, but then it would always venture into some stuff. And that's something that I wouldn't share. That's something that even if I was at an event and there was recording, I wouldn't share, right? Because I would rather word of mouth get me clients than to exploit someone who trusted me, right? That's how I see it. But some people may be okay with that. You know what I mean? They may be okay with sharing a recording of a client hugging a client, crying, all the things. I've been hired to be a client before, and I cried literal tears, and I was okay with being filmed because I was literally there to be filmed. You know what I mean? So there's differences in that. You do what you feel like is okay for you and your business. Okay, honey. And don't judge other people for what they do with their business. Okay. Okay. So that's that. This is this. Okay. So just wanted to throw out a few ideas, if I haven't already, for behind the scenes. So like I said, for models, I would say I think Get Ready With Me is great. That's a good way to reuse your reels. If you have any, like, tips for people, you can use your behind the scenes for that. You can use it in your stories, of course. Like, if you have, like, sometimes we just want to share, like, an update, like with words. But you know, we don't do statuses on Instagram or whatever. You can use your behind the scenes for that. I've used it so many times for reels. I use it a lot for reels, whether it's sharing my poetry, or sharing an update, or just sharing the behind the scenes, because I take so much behind the scenes that I can share it and you won't even know that it was from the same day, except for the fact that I was wearing the same outfit. Um, so that's a good way. Like I said, the bags are good. Packing your bag, it shows how prepared you are. So for those people who are looking to hire models, you know, it shows how prepared you are. Other behind the scenes that are good is like recording you posing, right? Because those are very trendy. The behind the scenes versus the shot, those are so trendy, and I love them because I'm always like, okay, how did this turn out? I want to see, you know. So those are good. What's another one for models? um Walk videos are my favorite. I always squeeze a walk video in my, whether it's a photo shoot or a fashion show, I don't care. Okay, a walk video is going to be recorded. If you're not a walker, that's cool. I like to do also like my outfit, whatever outfit I wore on set. I like to fold it up really cute next to my bag, like my model bag. Um, and that's cute, like a nice little boomerang or video of that. And then you could put words over that, you know what I mean? Those are good behind the scenes. Um, so that's models. Photographers, definitely, definitely, definitely. We want to see you engaging with your client. We need to see you in some way, shape, or form. It just makes us feel like we trust you more, that like we know you, right? Um, Packing your bag is also cool too. I like those videos. I like to see how organized people are, because oh shoot, my laptop's about to die. Um I don't know. It's just something about like, I love it when we could be creative, but we also be organized. Because you know, sometimes us creatives, we don't be, to other people, it appears that we are not organized. But I like to pack the bags. I've seen them where they have the bag that has the different sections, and they're putting everything in there. It's like special session. It's just so I also, if you have a studio, I do like the cleanup videos. I like the cleanup videos. I like the setup videos. I love a good time lapse of you setting up a set, you know, putting together a concept. Um, what else for photographers? I think those are it. Like, you know, those are nice. Also, I do see more behind the scenes of a shoot, like of that day, you know. I do see more of that on models page and less on photographers first page, but I do think it would be nice. Even like a day in the life would be nice. And like I said, there's a lot of ways you can create this content without you actually not being in it. Even though, like I said, photographers, we want to know who y'all are, because we booking with y'all, we don't know who y'all are. Um, but it's still nice, like knowing a day in the life, like kind of going through the day with you without seeing you is also kind of cool. I love those videos too. It's just like, it's like we're your eyes and we're like going around with you. It's so cool. So that's behind the scenes for photographers. For food, we definitely want to know how y'all clean up. Food and drinks, baby. We want to know how y'all clean up. You don't got to give us the recipe, but it would be nice to see y'all preparing some stuff in the kitchen, you know, shaking that skillet and stuff like that. I like the what is it called? ASMR, whatever it is. The sounds, you know, so I can hear, you know, the ice getting in the cup, and the pouring of the drink, and then the shaking of the cup, all the things, right? Those are the kind of behind the scenes that people are like, that are trendy. And I know that that's borderline content, but there's behind the scenes within that, right? You could put I seen this, somebody post the bloopers. That's nice. That's still behind the scenes, right? Like, because you're not gonna show someone that mess, but it's still cool. Like, I don't know why it was cool, but someone's like, they were pouring tea and they spilled the water, and then they was like, oops, and they like cleaned it up. And I don't know, like people like to see that stuff, because they also like to see that you guys are human too, right? We're business owners, we have businesses, we're doing our thing, but we're also human, right? The behind the scenes are very useful, because like I said, those you can put like you don't want to, depending upon what you do, you may not want to put the recipe, right? But you can put like the benefits, right? Next to that, on top of that video. So maybe that video was supposed to be content. It was just something you want, a video you wanted to post, but you didn't use all the clips. So then you go back and look at the clips and you put the benefits that this product has, or you put a review, from a customer on there from Google, your Google reviews, put that on there, you know what I mean? So, and that applies to everyone, because everybody, not everybody, but most people, most businesses have Google. And if you don't have Google, you have another place you can get reviews. You can always request reviews from people. I do it often. Um, but that's because I'm big on reviewing. I get reviews and I get reviews. So excuse me. So those can be, you could also post that over a reel, right? Over behind the scenes that you make into a reel, that you, even if you don't post it as a reel, you can post it in your story. I get more views on my story, so most of my behind the scenes videos go there before they go as a reel. The only reason why I've started making them into reels was because reels is how you reach people that you don't follow, or that don't follow you. So I've been turning more of my behind the scenes into reels, and putting them everywhere. If you are in clothing, we like to see y'all stocking y'all stuff. Okay. We want to see the unboxing. We want to see you, tagging stuff and hanging it up. Or we might even want to see your shopping process. Don't show us the web. I mean, like, we don't even know who your vendor is. Okay. Because that's none of our business. But you can blur out the top. Like, there's ways you can angle your camera to where we could just see you shopping for the stuff. And that's another video. Like, you could do behind the scenes of you shopping, then you could do behind the scenes of you unboxing, the box getting there, all the things. And then you could throw that all together in one video, and then that's content. You know what I mean? So that's good to see. If you have a shop, or you are, what is it called? On consignment at a shop, you can show behind the scenes of you stocking your products, you know what I mean? When you get new items, stuff like that. Those are all good things. If you are a clothing brand, those are behind the scenes that we want to see. If you own a shop, we want to see y'all cleaning that thing up too. If you steam the clothes, we want to see that. Like, all of those things, all of these processes are good things that we want to see, so that we know. It's just, I feel like in this day and age, I know back in the day this was not necessary. We would go to the flea market and we just buy the stuff, you know what I mean? But nowadays we nosy. I don't know what it is. I don't know if it's like the health scares or what, but we want to know. We just do. And the reality is, when we see how serious others are with their businesses, it does make us feel connected to them, and it makes us want to purchase with them. The reality is, there's so many people doing the same thing that you do. There's so many people doing the same thing that you do. And so one of the biggest ways to draw attention to you is for people to know who you are, whether you're in front of the camera or not. You don't have to be in front of the camera for them to know who you are. If they know your procedures, they know how serious you take your thing. So if you have an assistant or an employee steaming those clothing, they know how serious you are, right? They know that you're not going to sell them some wrinkled clothes. You're going to take care of their clothing, right? So it's not about you being in front of the camera. It's just about people knowing a little bit about what goes on behind the scenes. You know what I mean? Like I said, if you don't want to be the face of the brand, that's cool. But if you have someone cleaning cleaning the area, cleaning the store, if you have an employee doing that, that's okay. It's just behind and you can get creative behind the scenes. I believe that the best content is content that we are comfortable. I don't want to say comfortable, because comfortable will keep us sometimes. It will keep us, not where we want to be. But there's like a morality around things, right? There are some things that we are not morally not okay with. You know what I mean? That kind of thing. Don't do that. But I'm saying, like, get creative. But like I said, there's specific things that people like to see. Like, I used to, I haven't done it this time. I haven't, but when I first started selling my scrubs, it was seeing me mix all that, because there's what, three dry ingredients. So seeing the dry ingredients separated and then seeing them mixed together, it was just oddly satisfying. people wanted to see that. Then pouring the coconut oil over it and then watching it turn into like a wet sand consistency. People want to see that. And so if you're already doing it or you're already in the process of you're making the product's got to get made regardless, right? Why not turn that camera on and get those behind the scenes in there and create content, and it's content you can use for a long time. I have a video of me mixing that. So that's one video, right? That's the what is it? The oddly satisfying video. Then after it's already mixed, I still have a little video of it. That I can put words over that in a slideshow talking about the ingredients. You see how that's two things. Then if I have an announcement about the scrub, like I have a sale in the story, I can put that same video and I can say, "Hey, we're having a sale on the scrubs today." That's three ways I just used one video. You see what I mean? So we can maximize. We don't have to even take more behind the scenes. We can just maximize the behind the scenes that we already have. The last one is hair and skincare, which is what I just went over kind of. You know, pouring. I've seen these videos. Oh, I love these. They have these big little things, and they this so it's like the bottle goes right underneath the thing and you pull a knob and it like pours the oil in there for you. Oh, I can't wait to get that machine. um and those, I don't know why, they're just so satisfying, just watching the oil fill up the bottle. I don't know what it is about it, it's satisfying. And it also, it makes me feel like, okay girl, I see you out there, you got the stuff. Because right now, honey, I'm using a measuring glass, okay. So it's just nice. It's just nice. It's like we feel like we're in on the secret. We feel like we know you and we feel connected to you. And so that's what makes us choose you. Because, like I said, there are so many people out there doing the same thing. I literally support people who do the same thing I do, baby. I've made user generated content for the people who do the same thing I do. There's a lot of people who do the same thing. There's a lot of people who are doing graphic tees, a lot of people selling clothing. It's about people knowing who you are and feeling connected to you and feeling connected to the story that you're telling and the problem that you're solving and the way that you are solving it. And behind the scenes is a great way to build that engagement and that trust, and for them to get to know you and who you are and what you're about. And like I said, that does not mean you have to be in front of the camera. That's not what that means at all. There are so many little devices that you can like record just your hands doing stuff. And then there's people you can pay to do that as well with your thing, you know. It's still your brand. It doesn't have to be your face and your hands and all the things. But that's it for now, on repurposing your videos and going into a just having that mindset when you turn the camera on, or when you're getting ready to create your products or unbox your products or whatever the case may be, whenever you're getting ready to set up appointments or do studio time or whatever. Just think about those things. Think about what you're comfortable with doing behind the scenes. Think about some of the stuff that your clients say to you. Like if you're a photographer and your clients be like, "Yeah, I wasn't sure," after they warmed up to you, right? I wasn't sure how things were gonna go because we haven't met. You know what I mean? Think about the stuff that people have said to you, and that will let you know what kind of content you need to make. Okay. People they love packaging. That's another thing. Like, so for me, that's one of the things that I definitely want to do. I want to record me doing packaging. Like I said, I have video of me doing the scrubs. I just don't feel because that was so many years ago. Like if it was like last year, I would still use it. I would still utilize that content. But that was 2022, 2023. Like that was so long ago. I don't feel comfortable using the same scrub video unless I'm doing like a hashtag throwback Thursday from when I first started making my scrubs. Now that's when I will reutilize that stuff. But I want to make a new one. I want to make a fresh one. And then I'm definitely going to do it when I have more recipes coming and stuff like that. So just think about what clients have been asking for, what their feedback is, and that will let you know what kind of content you need to put out there, because they're not the only ones wondering. They're not. They're not the only ones wondering. They're just the ones that took the leap. Okay. There are other people who are wondering. So if you put the question out, I mean, the answer out there, then they won't have to wonder. Okay, people are wondering about your brand, but they're not going to ask, unfortunately. So you have to answer all the questions. All the questions need to be answered, and that's what's going to boost your engagement and your trust, because people are like, oh yeah, okay, I know who that person is. They post about it all the time. They clean the stuff. Okay, I promise you, they clean the stuff. Okay, so that's it. I'm gonna go feed my babies. Yeah, that's it for now. Remember that you are worthy always. You are worthy of brand boosting and engagement. You are worthy of being seen for who you are and for what your business represents, and for the goals that you want to achieve, and for the people that you want to help. You are worthy of solving the problem that your product solves. You are worthy of success. 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 I don't care what your past says or what your current situation is. You are worthy of success. Okay? Until the next time, my loves. Bye bye. Oh, y'all know what I gotta do on Instagram. I like to do this so I know who watched, so I can go back and connect with you guys. All right? Until next time. Bye bye. I'm tired, you guys. Go to sleep. It's not letting me end.